Cue epic montage music. This custom firmware for the flipperzero is called Xtreme for a reason. In addition to the much cleaner and optimized code compared to other custom firmwares out there, Xtreme Firmware has some extremely sick features such as wireless BadUSB. Check it out. Forgot I rickrolled myself in that video. Anyway, tutorial music? Here's Xtreme's GitHub page, link in the description. Keep in mind that due to the extreme nature of this project, you would have to sign in to your GitHub account to view this page. Then, look under the releases section for the latest version of the firmware, and click on it. Here, you can see 3 methods to get Xtreme: web updater, tugs file, and good old zip file. The easiest and now recommended method is using the web updater. Here, before clicking connect your flipperzero via USB. Then, as you may have guessed, click connect. And your flipperzero's name and screen should now show. And now all you have to do is click install, and that's it. Don't worry, I got you. If hitting install didn't work for you, you would require one extra step. Cancel, and go back to the downloads page. Here, download the tugs file. Then, go back to the web updater, and here's the secret sauce. Open the settings and enable third-party firmware installs. You can now see a new button that allows installing from an uploaded file. Click, browse to the tugs file you downloaded a few seconds ago. Click upload, and that's it. The installation process begins by transferring the tugs file's contents onto the flipperzero. Individually, sequentially, painfully slowly. Flipper, please fix. This resources file is the largest and takes the longest time to transfer. So let me keep you company with an interesting random science fact. #random science facts. Check this out. Do you know how tiny a proton is? Any guesses? Don't Google it, bro, let me show you. Look at this lowercase I. And then look at this tiny dot on top of it. Not tiny enough? There. Now, how many protons do you think would fit inside that tiny little dot? 50? Maybe 500? Pretty close, the answer is 500 billion. Yes. Billion. With a B. That's 11 zeros. In a single dot. Pretty dope random science fact, isn't it? Anyway, looks like the resources file is almost done transferring. What a well-timed random science fact. Once the transfer of all files is complete, the actual installation begins on the flipperzero itself. This takes quite some time, and the flipperzero will reboot a couple of times in the process. I'm showing the entire flow of events without any speed-ups so you have a clear idea of the time it takes, the number of reboots, and the different phases of the installation. Wait, you thought I'd be blessing you with science facts the entire installation process? Sorry, that's limited to only 1 per video. Here, I'll reset and increase the volume on some great 3 clicks fill-up for you while you observe instead. Enjoy. If you're still here and haven't skipped, comment 3 clicks. Here comes my favorite part. And the installation's finally complete. Confirm the firmware version here, and you're done. You can now disconnect your flipperzero and explore all the sick features Xtreme Firmware has to offer. Anyway, if you're into hacky stuff, check out my channel, and like and subscribe for more. Till then, McShuriken, out.